You think you're logical, rational, in control. But every single day, your brain is quietly lying to you about what you see, what you feel, what you think you want. And no, this isn't just fun facts about psychology. These lies shape who you date, what you buy, the jobs you stay in, and the chances you never take. In this video, we'll break down 5 everyday things your brain is lying to you about, why it happens, and what you can actually do about it, so you stop being played by your own mind. Picture this. You wake up, you check your phone, you scroll through perfect lives for 10 minutes, okay, 40 minutes. You tell yourself, I'm just tired today, I'll be productive tomorrow. You go to work or class, you sit in a meeting nodding. You understand maybe 60%, but your brain whispers, everyone else gets it. Don't ask, you'll look stupid. At lunch, you replay one awkward sentence you said last week. Your brain tells you, they probably still think about that. You're weird. At night, you open Netflix for one episode. 3 hours later, you hate yourself a little. Your brain says, see, you're lazy. That's just who you are. Next morning, repeat. If this feels uncomfortably familiar, good, because it means your brain is doing what most brains do. And that's exactly the problem. Reason 1, you see reality clearly. Lie number 1, your brain tells you, what I see is the truth. You think you're seeing the world as it is. You're not. You're seeing the world as your brain thinks it is. Same event, different people, different stories. Why? Because the brain is not a camera. It's a storyteller with an agenda. You ignore evidence that doesn't fit your beliefs. You zoom in on what confirms what you already think. This is why when someone criticizes you, you remember it for years. But 10 compliments vanish in a day. You walk into a room and assume they're judging you. Maybe they're just tired. Maybe they're worried about rent. Maybe they didn't even notice you. But your brain hates gaps in the story, so it fills them fast, and usually in the most self-centered, self-critical way possible. The harsh truth: you don't react to reality. You react to the story your brain built about reality. And sometimes that story is pure fiction. Reason 2, you know why you do things. Lie number 2, your brain tells you, I know exactly why I made that choice. You buy something and say, I just like the design. You text your ex and tell yourself, I just wanted closure. Sounds honest, feels honest. Often, it's not. Your brain is great at inventing explanations after the fact. It doesn't always know why you did something, but it hates saying, I don't know. So it makes something up that sounds reasonable. I keep my phone next to my bed because it's my alarm. No, you can buy a $10 alarm clock. You keep it there because you're addicted to stimulation. I stayed in that job because it was stable. Maybe. Or maybe you stayed because you were terrified of starting over. Here's the uncomfortable part. If you believe every story your brain tells about your own behavior, you can't change that behavior because you're fixing the wrong problem. You think it's discipline. It's fear. You think it's bad luck. It's avoidance. You think it's just who I am. It's just what you've practiced. Number 3, everyone is watching you. Lie number 3, your brain tells you people care a lot about what you're doing. You replay that awkward thing you said, that weird laugh, that one message you shouldn't have sent. You imagine other people replaying it too. Spoiler, they're not. Most people are too busy worrying about their own awkward moments. They are the main character of their story. You're a side character at best. But your brain keeps screaming, don't embarrass yourself, they're all looking. So you don't ask questions. You don't try new things. You don't post the project, the song, the drawing, the video, because what if they judge me? Here's the truth. They will judge you, sometimes, for about 5 seconds. Then they go back to worrying about themselves. You, on the other hand, carry that fear for years. Your brain lies. If you're not perfect, you'll be rejected. Reality? If you wait until you're perfect, you'll be invisible. Number 4, thinking more equals solving more. Lie number 4, your brain tells you, if I think about this enough, I'll fix it. You lie in bed running mental simulations. What you should have said, what you could say, what might happen. It feels like work. It feels like progress. But often it's just mental spinning. Your brain confuses overthinking with problem solving. It feels safer to sit in your head than to take action in the real world. You don't text the person. You don't send the application. You don't start the project. You just think and think and think. Here's the punchline. Overthinking is your brain's way of doing nothing while feeling busy. Your brain lies. Once I understand everything, then I'll act. Truth? Action teaches you more in 1 week than overthinking does in 1 year. Number 5, you are your feelings. Lie number 5, your brain tells you, if I feel it, it must be true. I feel like a failure. So your brain labels you, I am a failure. I feel lonely. Your brain upgrades it to, nobody cares about me. I feel anxious. Your brain turns that into, I'm broken. Feelings are real, but they're not always accurate. They are signals, not verdicts. You had a bad day, not a bad life. You made one mistake, not your whole identity. You're in a rough season, not doomed forever. But when you're tired, stressed, or burned out, your brain whispers, this is permanent. It's not. But if you believe that lie, you stop trying. You stop reaching out. You stop giving yourself a chance to experience anything different. You are not your feelings. You're the person noticing them. So, is this your fault? Are you just weak, lazy, or not built different? No. And also, not completely no. Your brain evolved to keep you alive, not happy. It looks for threats. It avoids risk. It saves energy. Modern life, social media, 24/7 news, constant comparison, infinite choice, hits those old survival systems like a hammer. So yes, the game is rigged. Your attention is under attack. Your emotions are being manipulated. Your brain is biased by design. But here's the part you can't escape. You're not responsible for how your brain is wired. You are responsible for what you do once you know this. It's not about blaming yourself. It's about taking ownership. You didn't choose the code, but you can learn how to debug it. Let's make this practical. Here are 5 simple, realistic moves you can start now. 1. Question the first story. When something happens and your brain screams, they hate you, pause and ask, what else could this mean? Force yourself to come up with 3 alternative explanations, not just the darkest one. 2. Separate I feel from I am. Change I am a failure to I feel like a failure right now. It sounds small. It's not. You remind your brain this is a temporary state, not your identity. Number 3, make action ridiculously small. Your brain loves extremes, all or nothing. So shrink the action until it feels almost stupid. Not, I'll get my life together. Just, I'll do 5 minutes of focused work. Not, I'll be fit this year. Just, I'll walk for 10 minutes today. Number 4, limit comparison windows. Unfollow or mute accounts that only trigger shame. Set specific times to check social media, not all day. Your brain can't stop comparing if you keep feeding it highlight reels 24/7. Number 5, build tiny proof against the lies. Your brain says, you never finish anything. So finish one small thing and write it down. Your brain says, nobody cares. Text one person and notice who replies. These are receipts. Stack enough of them and the old story starts to crack. Okay, let's fast forward 5 to 10 years. You keep believing every lie your brain tells you. You keep overthinking instead of acting. You keep assuming everyone is watching and judging you. What happens? You probably stay in a job you secretly hate. You scroll through other people's lives, feeling behind but never actually moving. Your relationships stay shallow because you're too scared to be seen. You'll become very good at explaining why your life is the way it is. But explaining is not the same as living. Nothing will explode. No dramatic movie moment. Just slow, quiet regret. That subtle sense of, I could have been more, but I believed the wrong stories. This is the future your brain won't warn you about, because lies feel safe. Truth feels scary. But only truth gives you options. So, let's recap. Your brain lies to you every day about what you see, why you act, how much people care, how much thinking helps, and what your feelings mean. That doesn't make you broken. It makes you human. The real shift is this. Stop asking, is this story comfortable? Start asking, is this story useful? Because the moment you stop treating every thought as truth, you get something powerful back. Choice. You can choose to act even when you're scared.
You can choose a small step instead of another mental spiral. You can choose a new story about who you are becoming. If you want more videos that talk to you like an adult, no fake positivity, no get rich in 30 days fantasy, just honest psychology and practical tools, hit subscribe, turn on notifications. Not because it magically fixes your life, but because if your brain is going to lie to you every day, you at least deserve a place that helps you catch it in the act.